Lisa Panorama.
That's it, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Boston. Anyone old enough to know Boston? Or? Okay, all right. Woo! All right, drop the mic. I don't know how I'm supposed to follow that. I'm glad I'm not presenting right now, Jordan, but thank you for sharing that. I have to say, Christine, I've been to dozens of conferences over the past 20 years. This one, I really don't want it to end. I really don't. So I want to start, before we go into kind of the wrap up here, a huge thank you, first of all, for Christine for putting this on, bringing us together. You're showing us the way. So thank you. I need to give a big shout out to Susan, master moderator right up here, kept it flowing. I never met anyone who actually really listened to every speaker and was able to thread something from every speaker through every other speaker and really bring in and connect those dots. So masterfully done. I know it's a lot of effort to do that. I want to thank, who do we have? Wait, I know Ashley had to head out. Ashley, Jennifer, Meg, obviously Jordan, Danielle. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you for sharing the stories. I know, Jordan, you got over the hump, but Ashley had said it. Meg, you said it, and I think also you had said it a little bit. Jennifer, that when you got up here, like, initially, I'm nervous. But you did it, and you didn't look 1 ounce of nervous. Every one of you in this room has a right to be up here. So I think you have a whole host of speakers next year, right, to tell your story, because it all matters. Everyone says, oh, you're just so natural. Because you know why? Because I am just me. When you saw Jordan up here, did he look like Jordan? And you don't even know Jordan. Did you know Meg before this? Meg looked like Meg. Jennifer looked like Meg. You know why? Because they were just them. So someday, just be you to tell your story. Now, we have gained a lot. I said earlier that, another thank you. Where's Joe? Armani, thank you for the music, keeping it going. Tim, for memorializing this whole event, I'm giving you a thumbs up and shout out to you on your own video. And also, thank you to you. Without you, this doesn't matter at all. So give yourselves a round, right? All right, now the Love Fest over. Now, what are we going to do when we leave here? I said earlier when I came back here, I like to do 2 things to make sure that you navigate your way to impact. That was my name of my segment before. Now we're going to live it. So we're actually going to take 2 minutes of complete silence as you go through all your copious notes right now. And I want you to circle 1 takeaway from every segment of this event. One thing that really stood out for you from every event. And I'm going to do the same up here. 2 minutes of silence. Track your hacks. I welcome to use any highlighter that you brought with you and highlight it. I love it. I bring highlighters with me to conference. Well done. Thank you. All right, now we're going to do some group sharing. Everyone's got at least, What 5? There were 6 speakers, right? You got at least 6 hacks? I call them hacks for today, right? We're tracking our hacks. So now let's go from share. It was said earlier that say it, accountability, say it to someone else. So I'm going to challenge you right now to share one of your takeaways and listen to it. And I'm going to challenge you to do it when you get home. Who wants to share one takeaway?
Breathe
Please.
and believe.
Breathe and believe. All right, you started. Excellent, yeah. Cut off the dead wood, cut off the growth so you can allow for new growth. Yes.
Answer the why.
Answer the why. Yeah, answer the why for yourself. Yeah.
Identify your skills that will help develop working into your passion.
Identify your skills that you can bring in to develop your passion. Excellent. Yeah. I don't want to check. Yep.
If you see it in your mind, you can be it.
If you can see it here, you can be it. Yeah, great.
Nobody does what you do, how you do it.
Nobody does what you do, how you do it. Yes, Jennifer. What else? Yes.
Microdose your reinvention and your detractors.
Love that. Microdose. All right, microdose. What else? Everyone's got to have at least one. Yes, Jennifer.
Believe in yourself once, you can do it again.
Believe in yourself once, or you at least once, and you rinse and repeat. It can be done. Yes. What else? Yes.
RPM.
RPM. What did RPM stand for you?
Reflect, process, and move, and take action.
Reflect, process, and move. Yes, Danielle.
Listen to mom.
Oh, listen to mom. They are the wisest because they came before you. Yes.
When you bet on yourself, you don't lose.
When you bet on yourself, you don't lose. Well done. Yeah. Oh.
When you try and allow yourself to fail, build confidence, just giving it a shot.
Allow yourself to fail. Trip. Get up. You'll have confidence. Yes.
You're 1 moment away from success.
1 moment away. It's a huge one. What else?
Do whatever it takes.
Don't quit until you resign. Yeah, for those of you that have a job, I know a lot of our entrepreneurs here, if you got a job, listen, if it's really toxic and it's destroying your life, then yeah. But if you cannot quit before you resign and have a little of that exit strategy, it certainly does help. What else? Yes,
I
Jordan.
like that. Your ego is not your ego.
That's a t-shirt. Absolutely. Your ego is not your amigo. Love that, Meg. What else? Wait, I'll share one of mine. I have so many. Pain is unavoidable. Suffering, suffering is, it's, talk about choice. It's a choice not to suffer. One of mine was, and I say this a lot to folks, but I'm going to use this phrasing, don't discredit your value. Don't discredit it. A lot of college students are like, what am I got? They're trying to figure out their resume. You have experiences just from college? Whatever you did before, it's value for the next person. It's value for you. Don't discredit it. Anybody else? Keep it up.
Simplify everything in your head.
Simplify everything in your head. Yeah. You know one thing that helps too, because you like that hamster in your wheel up here? If you want to simplify it in your head, get it out of your head, write it down. Do the brain dump. Write it down. Just get it out. What else? Yes, Meg.
I think somebody might have said it, but most of you said all the ones I circled.
It's all good. That's good. That means we have some value.
Know your why.
Know your why.
That's something that has made a huge difference for me, and that's step one.
Know your why. Yeah. A couple more. Oh, you know what I wanted, actually, and I wanted to say this earlier. I'm going to say it now, and I think, is Brian left? Is he still here? Oh, I'm looking at the empty chair behind you. Forgive me. I wanted to give a big shout out to the men in this room. Yeah, please, can we do that? Obviously, we know this is a safe place, but it takes courage for men to just come in a room of women. But you're here for yourself. And that means you're validating that women have value in the room and you're going to take something from me. And you came here for yourself. This whole Me Too movement, I'm all for women are women. But I've heard women in the past say, we got to be men or men. It's our time. I don't like this got to step on a man to stand up for myself. I don't like that. I want to ask every woman that feels that way, you have no man in your life that was a positive role model? No father, you never had an uncle, you never had a brother, you never had a boyfriend, no man. I don't know. So I want to thank the man for being the man and still being the man. So thank you. 3 brothers, I love you guys. All right, so all of you that wrote down, circled, starred, highlighted few of your takeaways. What are you going to do that when you go home? What's going to happen to these notes? Oh, you're going to rewrite them, retranscribe. Just pull out the ones that, really stuck with you, rewrite them. So now you're actually simplifying it. Talk about simplifying. Yeah, what else?
pick one and practice it.
Just pick one. Simplify. Pick one and practice it.
I post things in my office for my interns. I'm gonna add these to it.
You're going to spread the knowledge. Take that one and put on a Post-it note. Love that. Anybody else? Give us ideas. Meg? Take action. Tell you something, just going to do it. Right? Do it. Yeah. Go for it. Now, how am I going to trust you all that you're going to do all that? Right, where's our own accountability? Because we don't walk around with, what's that? You said it out loud. So you kind of said it, you heard it, you put it here. How do you put it into action? Because we go home, and if we don't look in the mirror, we don't have this accountability part of how do we really make it happen? Because you know when you leave here, and we have this great call of the reception, and we're drinking, we're having a good time. We're going to go home, we go back to our worlds. So I want to give you a technique here to help make sure this happens. Everyone's got a phone, right? Yeah. Get out your phone. Or your Fitbit, or your tablet, wherever you track your time. I want you to go to that calendar. I want you to pick a date and a time. Just pick one date, one time. And I want you to give an entry, a name to that entry. Start with RPM. That particular moment in time, you're going to reflect, you're going to process, and you're going to move. And in that moment of time, you're going to reflect on one of the takeaways, go back to your notes. You're going to process, what does that mean to myself? And you're going to think, how am I going to move to that? And then I'd like you to create one more entry. The next day, the very next day, I don't care what time of day, the very next day. I'd like you to say in that entry, name it, create my action moments. So I'm going to challenge you that in that moment, you're going to create a schedule for yourself. I know we're getting all tactical. I love free flow. We were just talking about this, but I like free flowing. We got to think just later, and everything's got to be so scheduled. But sometimes you have to schedule the free flowing thought. Otherwise, you forget to do it. So I'd like you to build a schedule where you're going to do that one thing a day or one thing a week or one thing a month and make it a recurring entry. And then that entry, you got to give it, whatever your action item is, you're going to give it a name. So now when you go, oh, it's time to do X. Now, I'm not so naive to say that you're going to do it at that very moment in time. You may have to renegotiate because something else is going on. We may have to renegotiate, means you push it down the line a little bit. But I don't want it to become the rolling stone. So here's my second and last suggestion to make sure you do what you want to do. You know the one thing that we all have in common? The one pure thing that we all have in common is time. That is all we were born with outside of our talents. We were born with time. Here, across the country, across the globe, we have the same 24 hours. How we use it is going to determine whether we get done what we want to get done. Now, when you go back home, I'm assuming you have a lot of demands on your life. You've got your 4-year-old, we've got our partners, we got our businesses, we got our bosses, we got our health regimen, all these demands on our time. And we usually get a lot of asks. People come and ask us for things, right? And was it who said it about the boundaries? That the only people that take our boundaries are the ones that think they don't matter, right? Right. Well, when you get asked something, now I'm all for yes, okay? I yes my way to success and failure and all that in between. But I want to understand what yes means to you. You're going to be asked to do things at work. You're going to be asked for help. Everyone comes to you with an ask. And what's our instant reaction? Yes. And sometimes yes is really good. And sometimes yes is not. So I'm going to make a suggestion that the next time someone comes to you with an ask, no matter how small or big, before you say yes, assess before yes. I'd love to help you. What does this mean? What does it entail? Find out the who, what, when, where, why, so then you know how that's going to impact your world. I'm not saying you can't give. You're going to give your time, but I believe that we should give our time conditionally. Because if you only give all your time unconditionally, then you have no time left for you. It's not about being selfish. It's about creating those boundaries, those barriers, right? In order to get done what you want to get done. So before you say yes, assess before yes. So you know what it's going to take to say yes. What is it going to take? Is it going to take your time, your energy, your skills, your talents, your sleep, your brain, your heart? What's it going to take you to fulfill that yes for someone else? Once you know, then you can say yes in a way that you can do it. That's how we say no without saying no. I would love to do that for you. Here's how I can. I'm happy to help you with that. I can do it tomorrow. Assess what the yes has, how it's going to impact your life. Look at your world to say, how do I fit this in? What could I possibly, what's my capacity to do this? Does it fit me? Does this ask really fit me, my time, my heart? And if it's a no, you say no. But if it's really something you want to do and you want to help, say yes in the way that you can say yes. Yeah, but I need Here's how I can help you. And it's true. I've heard this a lot. Oh, everyone just wants to take my time. No one takes your time. You give it. And I don't think we should give it too freely because it's all you have. Right? So build your calendar of action items. Get that RPM moving. Forget whether it can happen or not, because if you see it, you can feel it, you can do it. Say it, you are it, and then do it. And I'm guaranteed that when I see you next year, you all are going to have the stories to tell of your reinvention. So thank you for your time today. I'm going to hand it over to Christine, the one and only.
Lisa, thank you so much, as always, so fabulous. A round of applause again for Lisa Pinarello. Thank you so much. I hope everyone got what they came for today. And if you didn't, maybe you just have to kind of where you are right now, change it. Just change it. And you know that because